Hi, my name is Adam. I am the solo developer for the game Arcane. Arcane is an open world RPG styled survival game with potentially a wide variety of quests and storylines. The main storyline at the moment is that the player of unknown origin has been summoned by evil mages to help them destroy the world. The world is infested with monsters and creatures of which have been hiding within dungeons and ruins. However, from the presence of your awakening, it has aggravated the creatures, making them take control of the world piece by piece. I have decided to focus on the coding side of my project. However, I have made some models myself for the game, such as the player itself and the items for the player to have. I decided to make my project inside of the game engine Unity. Unity is something I haven't really used before, which goes without a question of saying that I haven't coded anything before, so therefore being able to code in Unity using C# has been an amazing way for me to develop skills as well as to just enjoy my passion. The idea generation for my game has been amazing. I have used a selection from sketches, level design mapping, spider diagrams and much more. Whilst under the development of this idea generation, I have so much ideas and inspiration from a lot of things around me. It was a real experience and it would allow me to really feel the way I wanted the game to play out. I wanted to plan the way um, I wanted certain code to work. I wrote them down on a piece of paper and just let my mind go wild. Researching for inspiration and influence based from other sources such as um, games and films really got the ball rolling. Games such as Skyrim and Dark Souls, as well as films such as Warcraft and Ready Player One, heavily inspired my ideas and mindset of my game in general. I looked at how they portrayed their movie and games, as well as how they set the scene to be able to always draw their audience's attention. I really wanted to allow my game to reach a wide range of people for its audience. I'm aiming to make my game eligible for people around the ages between 7 and above, but if not, then I'll mostly stay between the ages of 12 and above. I also wanted to look at the demographic and psychographic profiles of what type of audience I would expect or want to play my game. Um, the most one that I think is the lifestyle profile, because it's kind of important for the game industry as well as other things in life too. Um, People will have to buy my game at a later date, but people have all types of lifestyle depending on whether they have a computer. However, since my game will be for free, it won't have an impact on what the buyer will have to think about. Because I am deciding to make my game free until I think it's big enough or better enough to allow marketing like for prices. Planning during my project has been really straightforward. I'm able to keep everything up to date and it is all manageable. I've been using Trello as well as a Gantt chart. I feel as though using the Gantt chart has been way easier and more manageable than Trello, but it has still been amazing to just keep on track of everything. Key milestones that I have reached throughout my project at the moment has to be the fact that I have been able to learn things about coding as well as other programs such as Unity and Blender. However, I have been able to make basic player movement, interactable NPCs, the terrain for the world itself. I am currently working on the inventory system, which has been amazing to learn. I have run into some problems whilst developing Arcane. However, taking a little break and tackling the problem 5 or even 10 minutes later made it easier for me to look at it at a different perspective. Sometimes this wasn't the case, which would mean that I would have to go back and research the problem and figure out the fix within my own game. Now it's time to have a little look at my rapid prototype. I hope you enjoy. Hi there, this is Adam Cater. I am the solo developer and creator of the game Arcane. Um, First of all, I'd just like to just explain why I came up with the name Arcane. Arcane just came to mind when I was building the game. It wasn't an initial thought, it just kind of popped up from looking at all the kind of creations and other things that I was doing whilst I was coding and modeling inside of Arcane. So, really, it just came about because I wanted like more of a mystical kind of name for it. Um, but yeah, basically, Arcane is going to be an open world adventure RPG game, which is for role playing game. It will also allow the player to navigate around the world, adventure, survive, and just do their own thing whilst following quest lines and defeating monsters and creatures that are lurking about. Whilst creating, for example, the models in this that you can see on screen right now, it wasn't easy because it was made in Blender and I've never used Blender before. It was I didn't really at first look at any YouTube tutorials or reading online about how to use the software or any tips or tricks that I can use. I basically just went at it from the bat. I thought it could be a good learning curve for me, even though I'm mostly focusing on the coding side of the game. I thought not being able to get the certain assets and certain models that I want for my game online for free is harder than I expected, so I decided not to. Whilst coding inside of Unity using C Sharp, Visual Studio was pretty easy to use, but whilst coding I come across a couple of issues now and again where I couldn't get the NPC interaction to work, or something stupid or something so simple as saying the jump wasn't working. Um, there wasn't at the time easiest things to fix, but eventually, from doing a bit of research and just basically messing around with stuff, I was able to come across solutions, and it made it better for me to learn from my mistakes, and I've learned quite a lot from it. So, if anything, creating this game has been an experience and more educational than ever, because obviously I'm using Unity and I've got to learn C Sharp at the same time, so it just makes everything more of a learning curve, but I'm enjoying it and I hope you guys love Arcane. If you have any questions or any kind of feedback or anything you want to say about my game, please ask them now, and I'll try my best to try and answer everything. Thank you for your time.